How's it going, everybody? Thanks for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to the Almost Intellectual YouTube page, please do so. It'll really help me continue doing this and keep bringing the news. Anyway, I've got a bit of local news for you today. Basically, the left is canceling one of their own. Pat Davis, a local politician here in Rio Rancho, Albuquerque area, is now being canceled by progressives. Let's go ahead and check out a couple articles, shall we? All right, everybody. Our first article comes from apnews.com. New Mexico official called out to resign over police shooting. Rio Rancho, New Mexico, Pat Davis, one of Albuquerque's most liberal city councilors who has made police reform part of his agenda, is facing calls to resign over his 2004 shooting of a black man as a Metropolitan Washington, D.C. police officer. The left-leaning Progress Now New Mexico, an advocacy group Davis founded in 2011, demanded Thursday that he step down from his council seat and his various other positions on committees and task forces. Now, if you could sit some laughing a little bit, this is absolutely hilarious. This is ridiculous. In a statement, the group said Davis's shooting of the man was troubling and it criticized tough on crime promises he made during his unsuccessful 2009 campaign for Bernalillo County Sheriff. Progress Now New Mexico finds it's imperative to continue calling out racism when we see it and holding perpetrators accountable for their actions, said Alyssa Barnes, executive director of the group, no matter who that person is. Davis, who is white, served as executive director of the group but left in 2017. Why does it matter that he's white? Okay. His dismissed calls to resign from his city post said that the man he shot later pleaded guilty to firearms charges. He pleaded guilty, for God's sakes, and these people still want to cancel him. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, let's go ahead and check out an article from the Albuquerque Journal, an actual local source. Along the subject of conservative criticism, Albuquerque City Council President Pat Davis is now being denounced by a progressive organization he founded himself. Progressive Now New Mexico on Thursday called on Davis to resign his council seat and other public positions, accusing him of having a pattern of racist behavior targeting black and brown communities, and criticizing his past as a police officer, including an incident in which he shot a black driver during a 2004 traffic stop. In his endorsement of a Bernalillo County Commission candidate, the organization has accused of sending a problematic flyer. Progress Now New Mexico finds it's imperative to continue calling out racism when we see it and holding perpetrators accountable for their actions, Alyssa Barnes, executive director of the organization, said in a news release. It's gotten absolutely ridiculous. They're canceling their own people. This is much like when the communists, took over and shot all the organizers of the thing. Now, I'm not trying to call it a communist uprising. Not at all. I'm not trying to make this some kind of conspiracy, but what I'm saying is that these people are absolutely insane. That is what I am saying. Like the very fact that they want to go after this guy. Now I've got his website over here. Our campaign's candidate detail, candidate ID of Pat Davis, Democrat. 3929 Sims Avenue, Albuquerque, New Mexico, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. Unknown. Brenton, May 12th, 2018. So this is from 2 years ago. But this is pretty much, it goes into his life a little bit. He grew up in a middle-class family. His dad was also named Pat. He worked Southern's well drilling and put himself through college. His father put himself through college. Pat Davis also did as well. Basically, pretty normal thing. Pat's brother received a PhD in his postdoc in Sandia Labs on solar and renewable energy technology in the early 2000s. Today, he works on clean energy and troubleshooting programs for GE. So his brother's pretty progressive, too. Pat and his parents, Capitol Police graduation 2001. Pat working as a police dispatcher to help pay for college. Pat joined the U.S. Capitol Police, protecting members of Congress, and later D.C. Metropolitan Police, where he was assigned to serve as a bicycle officer and walking a footbeat in some of D.C.'s toughest Anacostia neighborhoods. After working a few months in local DE task force, he changed his perspective on war on drugs. As an officer, I too often arrested the same people over and over, and I responded to more shootings than I can count, says Pat. It was dangerous work, and it seemed that we never solved much of the problem. That's why I pledged to go back to school and learn how I could change the system. Extremely progressive right there. I mean, in 2004, UNM Police hired Pat as a lieutenant and then sent me to the FBI National Academy, where he lived in Quantico, Virginia, for 3 months alongside innovative police leaders and the FBI, looking for ways to address terrorism, rising community violence, and rebuild community police relations. Community police relations. That sounds pretty good. That sounds kind of like what BLM was asking for, right? Well, I guess maybe not, because they're canceling him. In 2009, he received a master's in criminal justice from New Mexico State University and joined Albuquerque District Attorney's Office as a public information officer. So he's a pretty knowledgeable dude. You know, he's done his freaking work. He's quoted as being Susana Martinez's harshest critic. Now, the progressives hate Susana Martinez. This is, you know, she was brought into power from basically a Tea Party act in New Mexico, for God's sakes. In 2009, Pat ran for sheriff Bernalillo County. He received a lot of attention. He was running as an openly gay man. But, once again, yeah, Tea Party wave swept Governor Martinez into office along with a new dynamic for New Mexico politics. And that whole Tea Party thing, it's not 100%. It's actually mostly just a Republican wave, basically. We got really red during that district, but oddly still voting blue for presidents. Anyway, I realized we had to do more to elect better candidates, so I joined the Gay and Lesbian Victory Funds campaign board to help elect more LGBT candidates nationwide, then set off to start a new conservative fake news, to start off a new organization to help New Mexico's progressive leaders win elections. Yeah, so this dude is progressive as hell. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyway, Pat led Progress Now New Mexico to partner with Drug Policy Alliance to give Santa Fe and Albuquerque voters their first votes in decriminalized marijuana. It won in both places. Joined the respective ABQ Woman campaign to defeat a dangerous anti-abortion ballot initiative in Albuquerque and started a PAC to fight Representative Steve Pierce's PAC, sending hundreds of thousands of dollars to defeat rising progressive stars. This dude is progressive all over the place, and they're canceling him. I don't get where they're coming from, who they want as an elected official. It makes no sense anymore. Anyway. So everybody, let me know what you think of this video and what you think about Pat Davis being canceled by his own people. Like, I know I just akin this to some kind of communist uprising. I don't mean that it's an actual communist uprising. I don't think that everybody's going to come with sticks and pitchforks and force all the rich people to go and live in the hills or some shit. Anyway, what it's more like is that these progressives are absolutely insane people. They don't even know who they want, and it's not going to stop here. Like, people talk about slippery slopes all the time. I'm not one of those guys, but this one is a slippery slope, especially when it talks about defunding the police. Because if you defund the police are going to do a worse job. You're going to blame the police more, and then you're going to want to defund them more. These progressives have gotten wild and crazy, and it needs to stop. They're attacking their own people at this point. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and please subscribe to Almost Intellectual. It'll really help out the YouTube channel specifically. The Facebook page is whatever. You know, Facebook's probably going to shut down that page eventually anyway. They've been banning conservatives left and right, so we'll see how long it lasts, but YouTube will keep me up. They'll just ban half my videos. So I'll have a website up soon, and I'm also going to be exploring some other routes on getting these videos out. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.